Hey! Who are the three innkeepers?
One of them is the good man here behind the bar. Then there is Karagon, who has his tavern on the Temple Square, and Cardiff, the owner of the tavern in the Harbor District.
What can you tell me about the monastery?
We novices seek enlightenment in prayer to Innos and learn the principles of faith from the magicians. We serve them as we serve Innos and prepare ourselves for the union with the fire.
Well, take me to the monastery.
Forget it. Do you know how many creatures I had to evade on the way? When I think of all those bloodflies, wolves, and goblins, I'm glad that I don't have to leave here anymore. Besides, you can't enter the monastery anyway.
Why not?
Entrance is only permitted to magicians, paladins, and novices.
How can I become a novice?
If a man feels the deep desire,
Hey, just tell me what the conditions are.
you need the offerings, a sheep and 1,000 gold pieces.
How am I supposed to get that much gold?
Since you obviously don't know anyone who would pay that for you, you'll simply have to go to work.
Where can I find a sheep?
From the farmers, of course, but you won't get one for nothing.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. Due to the general situation, the forest...
But that's terrible.
I don't believe that. Really? How interesting.
It's going to get even worse.
Where do you come from?
I come from the Monastery of the Magicians, which lies in the mountains.
Don't tell me that.
We accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord in us.
Keep anything to himself. These are bad times.
Honestly, I wouldn't.
Tell me about Innos.
Innos, our almighty Lord, is the light and the fire. He chooses humans to be his tool, giving them magic and laws. We act in his name. We administer justice according to his will and preach his word.
And he works all
Go
day,
away.
too.
Don't tell me that.
I need to talk to the paladins.
Really?
Can you help me get to them?
Well, you need access to the upper end of town. However, this is allowed only to citizens and the city guard.
what I've always
And of course, to us, magicians of fire.
Tell
How can I become a fire magician?
You must join our order as a novice. When you have served for a time, perhaps you will be accepted into the ranks of the magicians. However, the path to acceptance is long and full of work and study.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Tell me more about the monastery.
We instruct our students in all forms of magic, but the arts of the magicians of fire consist of more than these alone. We are also well versed in the art of alchemy and in the creation of powerful runes. We also make excellent wine.
Don't tell this to anyone.
What are you doing in town?
I have discussions with the paladins and support the citizens with my advice and with helpful words.
Works all day, too.
Particularly in these difficult times, it is our duty to be there for the people and to help the poor.
Not what I heard.
I can't take her. That's not what my husband thinks. That's not what my
Everybody
husband
knows by
thinks.
now. These are bad times.
If I hadn't seen it.
Hey,
Innos be with you. What can I do for you, wanderer?
where will this path take me?
The path leads to the Monastery of the Magicians of Fire. However, access is permitted only to the servants of Innos. If you want to be accepted as a novice in the monastery, you must bring a sheep and
1,000 gold pieces.
What are you doing here?
I am a magician of fire, a priest of our god, Innos. This shrine is consecrated to him, the highest god, the creator of the fire and lord of justice. People come to me in order to pray to Innos and be blessed. And for a small donation, you can get many useful things from me.
Bless me.
I bless you in the name of Innos. May the Lord's fire burn in your heart and give you the strength to act according to his justice.
Show me your wares.
May Innos watch over you always.
Welcome to the Monastery of Innos, stranger. I am Brother Pedro, a humble servant of Innos and the warder of the gate to the holy monastery. What is it you require?
Tell me about life in the monastery.
We live in the monastery in order to serve Innos. We novices perform the work and study the scriptures when we have the opportunity. The magicians watch over us, and they explore the arts of magic.
I want to enter the monastery.
Only the servants of Innos are allowed to enter the monastery. If you want to pray to Innos, go find one of the roadside shrines. You will find the tranquility to pray there.
What do I have to do to be accepted in the monastery?
If you want to be accepted into the Brotherhood of Innos, you must learn and obey the rules of the monastery. Besides that, we require an offering to Innos from every new novice, a sheep and 1,000 gold pieces.
Now, that's a whole lot of gold.
It is a sign that you are beginning a new life as a servant of Innos. When you are accepted, you will be forgiven all your previous transgressions. And consider, you cannot take back the decision to become a servant of Innos.
What are the rules you live by?
Innos is the god of truth and justice, and thus we may never lie or commit a crime. Should you transgress against a brother of the community or steal our property, you will pay a penalty for it. Innos is also the god of law and fire. As a novice, you must show obedience and respect to all magicians of fire.
I see.
Furthermore, it is the duty of a novice to carry out all the work in the monastery for the good of the community. If you are prepared to follow these rules and have the offering to Innos, we are willing to accept you into our monastery as a novice.
I want to become a novice.
You did not bring the required offering with you.
Couldn't get away with that.
Completely.
Hey, you!
Should have known better.
Never asked for my opinion.
That doesn't
happen
surprise
sooner
me.
or later.
It's all just gossip.
Can't rely on
I don't believe this is gonna change.
Show me your wares.
What can I offer you?
That was obvious all
later.
along. But no, he insisted.
I've got
That's the
no
first
time
I've
for
heard
things
of it.
like
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Nothing amazes me anymore. But no, he insisted he knew better.
That will never change.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Do you
There's
really
more.
believe that? Will it ever change? change.
He didn't get that from me. He thought as much.
He thinks it's as easy as that. Will it ever change? I never knew that. I'm no better off myself.
I used to say that myself.
I wouldn't be so sure.
There was no big deal.
That was obvious all these days. Bad business.
I'm staying out of it.
We can only wait and see.
Tell me that isn't true. That was obvious all along. Is it really true? I'm not telling you anything new.
That's
I hardly
no
know
secret.
but he knew that all
He
along.
thinks it's as easy as that.
Tell me that isn't true.
That's really not my problem.
Been there, done
I
that.
get so worked up.
And that's the truth.
Is it really true? It's a bad business.
No
was
one
quite
really wants
obvious.
to
Already
hear
thought
that.
as much.
And there's more, believe me.
Nothing
You can do about it.
Over
Never
again.
change. That's what I heard.
I'm staying out of it.
We can only wait and see.
Nobody wants to know.
Don't
Never
have to
change.
tell me
I'm
that.
better off myself. Been known a long time.
I couldn't get away with
I
that.
knew that all
Been
along.
there, done that. It's a
I used to say
bad. I'm
that
not telling you anything new. That doesn't surprise me.
He didn't get that
have to
from me.
listen.
It was quite obvious.
I've got no time for things like
And that's the truth.
that. I insisted you completely to believe these
Been
Did you
there,
pick that
done
up
that.
then? Really didn't deserve
Can't rely
that.
on it. Is it really true? That was obvious all along. I agree with you completely.
That was quite obvious. It's the first I've heard of it.
That's been known
That'll
a
never
long
change.
time. Bad business. You hardly know who to believe these days.
Don't have to
Enough
tell me
trouble
that.
is I hardly know what to
You
believe
don't have to tell me
anymore.
that. There's nothing he can do about it. Never would have thought of that himself. Nothing he can do about it.
You just have to listen.
That was quite obvious.
His decision, wasn't it? He never would have thought of that himself. Nothing amazes me anymore. You didn't know that.
I used to say that
Quite obvious. I
myself.
don't believe this is going to change.
Tell me that isn't true.
Bad business. I'm not telling you anything new.
Where did you
thinks
pick
it's
that
as
up
easy
then?
as that.
Can't believe that.
Just have to listen.
Tell me
Nobody
that
will
isn't
learn
true.
anything from me. That's not what I heard.
That isn't true.
This forever.
The things I could tell you.
Listen, believe everything you hear.
That doesn't surprise me.
Can I buy a sheep?
Anytime, if you can pay the price. A sheep will cost you 100 gold pieces. If you pay, you can take a sheep, but you have to treat it well.
Here's 100 gold pieces. Give me a sheep then.
Good. Then take Betsy. You'll find her in the pasture. Just tell her she should follow you. She's pretty smart for a sheep. Treat her well.
Hello, sheep. Come with me.
I'm staying out of it.
Listen, believe everything you hear.
Don't tell me you didn't know. That's been known a long time.
I don't believe this is going to
Been
change.
there, done that. You hardly know who to believe these days. Nothing amazes me
Tell me
anymore.
that isn't true.
Where did you pick that up then? Listen, believe everything you
I
hear.
couldn't get away with
That's
that.
really not my problem. I never knew that.
You just have to listen.
Can't believe that.
Just listen to him talk.
You listen to the wrong people.
Nobody wants to know.
You listen to the wrong people.
No idea. You tell me.
I'm no better off myself.
You don't have to tell me that.
Hey! I want to become a novice.
I see that you have brought the required offering. If you are truly willing, you are now free to become a novice. However, if you make this decision, there is no going back. Consider well if this is your path.
Yes, I want to dedicate my life to the service of Innos.
Then be welcome, brother. I give to you the key to the monastery gate. As a sign of your free decision, it is up to you to open the gate and step through. You are now a novice. Wear this robe as a sign that you are now a member of this brotherhood. When you are in the monastery, go to Parlan. He'll see to your needs from now on.
Will my transgressions be forgiven now?
Not yet. Speak to Master Parlan. He will bless you and wash you clean of your sins.
Welcome, new novice. I am Parlan.
I am
a novice. It is not important who you were before. Now you are a servant of Innos. That is all that matters. And with the acceptance into the Brotherhood of Fire, all of your previous transgressions will be forgiven. May Innos bless this man who places his life in his service and wash away his sins.
And now?
First, you will fulfill the duties of a novice. You will work and serve the Brotherhood. But take your sheep to Opollos first. He will take care of it. You can give your gold to Gorax, our steward. You will find him in the winery. When you have done that, we shall speak about your work here in the monastery.
There's more, believe me.
Some problems solve themselves.
I couldn't care less.
Hello. You must be the new guy. I'm Opollos. I take care of the sheep around here.
How long have you been in the monastery?
I've been here 3 years, but so far I haven't studied, although I'd like to.
Why not?
My job is looking after the sheep, not studying the scriptures. As long as Master Parlan doesn't release me from this duty, I'm not allowed to study in the library.
Look here, I brought Betsy. Can I leave her with you?
Yes, of course. Good-looking animal. I'll take good care of her.
I never went far.
Tell me that isn't true.
How shall I act here in the monastery?
Never lie to a magician. Don't transgress against a brother of the community. Respect the property of the community. If you violate these rules, you have to pay a penalty to Master Parlan. Apart from that, I can only advise you to be careful around Aegon. If you don't watch out, you'll end up like Babo.
You already know what I think.
Is there anything you can teach me?
Sure, I used to beat up people. I can show you how to strengthen your arms. But I'd like to learn something about potions, especially about magic potions.
How can I help you with that?
Well, if you work for Neoras, you'll certainly have an opportunity to borrow one of his recipes for a short time. If you bring it to me so that I can take a look at it, I'll train you.
That's totally obvious.
Who are Aegon and Babo?
Aegon takes care of the herb garden. He's also a novice, but he acts like he was the chosen one himself. Babo came to the monastery shortly before you. At first he helped Aegon in the herb garden, but they must have had a fight, and Babo has been sweeping the courtyard ever since.
Do you know what happened?
You know what I think.
Not exactly. You'll have to ask them. But Aegon's word has more weight than that of the other novices, because he's the governor's nephew.
You just have to listen.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Been there, done that.
Do you really think?
No one really wants to hear that.
Could have told you that before.
That's no secret.
That'll only cause more trouble.
You don't have to tell me that.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
How can I serve the community?
First,
Got no time for
you will
things like
fulfill the duties of a novice. You will
Nothing's
work
ever gonna
and
change
serve
that.
the Brotherhood. You can give your gold to Gorax,
That will
our
never
steward.
change.
You will find him in the winery. When you have done
all
that,
kinds of
we shall speak about your work here in the monastery.
It had to happen sooner or later.
You already know what I think.
Been there, done that.
Can I be of assistance to you?
I've brought a heap of gold.
Ah, you're bringing your offering for Enos. That's good of you, my son. I shall use your offering for the best of the monastery, as it pleases Enos.
I'm looking for a place to sleep.
There's an empty bed right next door, the first on the right, next to the entrance. You can sleep there. You can store your belongings in one of the unused chests. And remember, you have no business entering the sleeping chambers of the magicians. You're also not allowed to enter the library, unless you've been given permission.
What's your task here?
My tasks are many and varied. Not only am I the steward, but I am also the treasurer. Moreover, I supervise the wine cellar, and I'm in control of the monastery's food supplies. So, if there's anything you need, you can always come to me and get it. For a modest contribution, that is.
I need a few things.
That'll only cause more trouble.
Most
How can I serve the community?
Speak to the other magicians. They will give you tasks. I will oversee your work, and when you have fulfilled your duties adequately, you will receive permission to enter the library to study the word of Innos.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Do you have an assignment for me?
Really should have known better.
Yes, there is indeed something you can do for the community. The novices' chambers could do with a good sweeping. Take care of that.
But that will take forever.
Then you'd better start right away, hadn't you?
No idea, you tell me.
Hey,
What do you want?
What are you doing here?
I have transgressed against the precepts of the community. Now I'm waiting for the decision of the High Council, whether I may remain in the monastery.
Tell me what happened.
I took a book from the rooms of the magicians while I was sweeping, so I could read it later. Master Hyglas noticed it immediately, of course, and asked me about the book. Out of fear of being punished, I lied about it. But he caught me later when I was in my chamber with the book. He was really angry and informed the High Council. Now they are discussing whether I can stay.
No one really wants.
Is there any way I can help you?
No. I've been delivered up to the mercy of Innos and the magicians.
That was no big deal.
Nobody ever asks. Hello. You're also new here, aren't you?
Yes. How long have you been here?
I've been here for 4 weeks. Have you already been given a fighting staff?
Not so far.
Then take this one. We novices all carry a staff as a sign of our ability to defend ourselves. Can you fight?
Well, I've wielded a weapon or two.
If you want, I can teach you something. However, I have a request.
What request would that be?
Well, one of the paladins, Sergio, is in the monastery at the moment. If you can persuade him to go through a few exercises with me, then I'll train you.
I shall see what can be done. I'm supposed to sweep the novices' chambers.
You've saddled yourself with a lot of work there. You know what? I'll help you. You'll never finish that alone. But I really need a Fist of Wind spell scroll. You know, I got lucky and was allowed to read a book about it. And now, naturally, I want to try the spell. So get me the spell scroll and I'll help you.
About the spell scroll.
Do you have a Fist of Wind spell for me?
No, not so far.
Then I'll wait until you do.
I need a few things. About the spell scroll.
Do you have a Fist of Wind spell for me?
Here's the spell scroll you wanted.
That's good. Then I'll help you clean the chambers.
Wait a minute. How's life here in the monastery?
I don't mean to complain, but I never thought that it would be so strict here. If you don't stick to the rules, they punish you. Of course, a lot of novices want to study the teaching of Innos in the library, so they can be prepared if they're chosen. But I think the best preparation for the test of magic is fulfilling our own tasks.
What's the deal with the chosen and that test?
Talk to Brother Isgorath. He knows a lot about that.
That will never change.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Hey!
Innos be with you. What can I do for you?
What are you doing here?
I am praying to Innos that he strengthen my arm and my will. Thus I am armed against all dangers and shall destroy all his enemies in order to do him honor.
What enemies?
All those who oppose the will of Innos, whether they be human-born or summoned creature.
Why aren't you with the other paladins?
It may seem unusual that I am here. However, we paladins also serve the magicians, for they preach the will of Innos. We paladins are warriors in the name of Innos. His will is our law. At the moment, I am waiting for new orders from the magicians.
And do you already have new orders?
Until then, I still have time to find strength in prayer.
Can you go through a few exercises with Babo?
Why doesn't he ask me himself?
I think he's shy.
I see. Good. If it means so much to him, I shall train with him every morning for 2 hours. We begin at 5 o'clock. Tell him that. May Innos illuminate your path.
Had to happen sooner or later.
Nobody ever asks me.
No idea, you tell me.
I talked to Sergio. He's going to train with you every morning for 2 hours, starting at 5 o'clock.
Thanks. What an honor for me. If you want, I'll also show you the secrets of combat.
I'm ready for training.
That was no big deal.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
That will never change.
Hey, you!
I told you that before.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
About the novices' chambers.
Indisputably, it is not a simple task. But with the help of Innos, you will manage.
That's nothing new.
It was his decision,
That'll only cause more trouble.
What happened between you and Aegon?
Oh, we had a disagreement about how to take care of fire nettles. Aegon had watered them so much that the plants almost had root rot already. Once the roots were completely rotten, he blamed me for it. They've made me sweep the courtyard all day ever since.
Why did Aegon do that?
You'll have to ask him that. I think he just can't stand it when someone is better than he is.
I'm staying out of it.
You seem to know a thing or two about plants.
We had an herb garden where I learned a few tricks from my grandpa. I'd really prefer to work in the garden again. Some problems solve themselves.
Can't rely on that.
I never would have thought.
It will never change.
Anything's possible.
Do you have an assignment for me?
You novices have worked hard lately, and those who work a lot shall eat a lot too. I'm giving you a key to the larder. You'll find some mutton sausages there. Distribute them among the novices, but fairly. Once you've done that, you can come see me again.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
No one really wants to hear that.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
There have been all kinds of rumors. That's nothing new.
I know nothing about picking locks. I need help sweeping the novices' chambers.
Am I the only one helping you?
No, I've already got some help.
Then I'm in.
Wait a minute. Would you like a sausage?
Sure, give it here. A sausage like this is not to be sneezed at.
Here, have a sausage.
Oh, mutton sausage is great. They taste the best. Come on, give me another sausage.
Then I won't have enough left for the others.
You have one sausage too many anyway, namely the one for you. And what's a sausage among friends? Come on, I'll give you a fire arrow spell scroll for it.
No, I won't do that.
Man, you're one of those people who are very particular about everything, huh? Let's wait and see what happens.
He really should have known better.
Hey! I need help sweeping the novices' chambers.
Forget it, I don't have time for that. Look for somebody else to help you.
Would you like a sausage?
Sure, give it here. A sausage like this is not to be sneezed at.
How about a delicious mutton sausage?
I wouldn't say no to that. Thanks. That's just what I needed.
I need help sweeping the novices' chambers.
Hey, I'd do it, but I'm really busy.
How about a delicious mutton sausage?
I wouldn't say no to that. Thanks. That's just what I needed.
I need help sweeping the novices' chambers.
Hey, I'd do it, but I'm really busy.
That will never change.
What do you want?
You already know what I think.
Here, I've got a mutton sausage for you.
Sheep sausage, sheep cheese, sheep milker. It's getting so I can't stand the sight of it.
So, do you want the sausage or not?
Oh, give it here already.
That was no big deal.
Hey!
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
I'm busy distributing sausages.
Thanks. Hopefully that won't be the last sausage I get around here.
I couldn't get away with that.
That's totally obvious.
Hey, you!
What can I do for you, brother?
I'm busy distributing sausages.
So you work for Gorax, huh? All right. Pass the sausage, then.
Would you like a sausage?
Sure, give it here. A sausage like this is not to be sneezed at.
I need help sweeping the novices' chambers.
Sure, I'll help. We novices have to stick together. One hand washes the other. I just need 50 gold pieces because I still have to pay Parlan.
Maybe later. Right now, I can't afford it. Hey, you! I've got this mutton sausage here.
Oh, man. Fantastic. Finally, another delicious mutton sausage.
Somebody wants to know.
I never would have thought.
Same old again.
Those are all just rumors.
That will never change.
Some problems solve themselves.
And that's the truth.
That's nothing new.
Can't rely on that.
Hey! Here, have a sausage, brother.
Good of you to think of me. Usually, I am forgotten. You could let me have another sausage.
Forget it. I won't have enough then.
Hey, one sausage. Nobody will notice that. You'll get something for it. I know a place where some fire nettles grow. If you take them to Neras, he'll surely give you the key to the library. What do you say?
No, forget it.
You want to get in with Gorax, huh? It's always the same with the new novices.
That's the truth.
Some problems solve themselves. You already know what I think.
I need a few things.
Anything's possible.
I couldn't get away with that.
I need help sweeping the novices' chambers.
Sure, I'll help. We novices have to stick together. One hand washes the other. I just need 50 gold pieces because I still have to pay Parlan.
All right, I'll pay.
Good, then I'll get started.
Hey, you! How about a delicious mutton sausage?
I wouldn't say no to that. Thanks. That's just what I needed.
I need help sweeping the novices' chambers.
Oh dear. You just got here and you let them make you do the sweeping already? Console yourself. It was exactly the same with me when I first got here. And that's why I'm going to help you. It would be ridiculous if we couldn't handle it.
Enos be with you. I've never seen you before. You are new around here.
Yes, I only just joined.
In that case, I hope you get settled here fast. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Would you like a sausage?
Ah, delicious that. Thank you so much, brother.
What room is this?
This is where they keep the holy relics of the monastery.
What relics?
Here rests the Hammer of Enos, along with the Shield of Fire. These are the most important relics of Church of Enos, outside the capital of the realm.
Is the Eye of Enos kept here too?
Of course not. What a strange idea. Nobody knows where that divine artifact is to be found.
What are you doing here?
I am the guardian of the sacred artifacts.
Why are the artifacts being guarded? Is there any reason to worry they might be stolen?
What an extraordinary concept. Whatever makes you think that? Only those who serve Innos are authorized to set foot in the monastery, and no true believer would ever harbor such thoughts.
Tell me about the shield.
The Shield of Fire was born by Dominique in the battle on the Southern Isles. But the power of the shield is never to be wielded again. Therefore, we have nailed it to the wall.
Tell me about the hammer.
This is the sacred hammer of Innos. With this hammer, Saint Robar slew the stone sentinel. The Holy Scriptures say that the stone sentinel was invulnerable. He stood in battle like a tower, and the weapons of his enemies were smashed on his skin of stone. With the name of Innos on his lips, Robar hurled himself at the monster and crushed it with one mighty blow of his hammer.
I've distributed the sausages.
And you have done so fairly. Take these spell scrolls of healing and go back to your work.
About the novices' chambers.
You actually managed to find 4 novices to help you. I think they can now return to their daily work. Well done, novice. You have accomplished the task I set you.
Those are all just rumors.
Things I could tell you.
I'm new here.
So I see. If you still don't have any work, talk to Parlan. He'll assign you some.
Could have told you that before.
What are you planting here?
We're trying to grow healing plants that Master Neoras can use to brew potions.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
What happened between you and Babo?
You shouldn't believe everything you hear. Let's get something straight. I shall go my own way, the way that Innos foreordained for me. I won't allow anyone to stand in my way, and certainly not that simpleton Babo.
Innos alone knows which path we shall take.
My family has always stood highly in Innos's favor, and nothing about that is going to change.
You are not permitted to go further. Turn back.
Hey!
What's wrong? Why are you bothering me? Can't you see I'm in the middle of an extremely complicated experiment?
I didn't mean to disturb you.
You already have. Well, what do you want?
Have you got work for me?
Yes, I need plants for my experiments. We raise plants ourselves, but we're all out of fire nettles. 7 blossoms should do. Bring me those. Oh, something else. I'm missing a recipe for creating magic potions. If you find it, I would be very grateful.
I've got some fire nettles for you.
Excellent. I can work with that. Take this Fist of Wind spell scroll for your help.
Can I learn from you?
I do not instruct novices. If someday you are accepted into the Circle of Fire, then I can show you how to create powerful potions.
Could you brew me a potion?
For a novice, you are certainly impertinent. Go about your duties. You can buy everything you need from Gorax.
Hey, you!
For Enos.
I know nothing about picking locks. I've got the recipe you wanted.
Good. Then let me read it. Yes, I see. Good. Thank the lot. If you want, you can train with me.
I want to become stronger. Hey! About your recipe, I found it.
Good. I was afraid it was lost for good. Here, take this magic potion as a sign of my gratitude.
That's nothing new.
Things I could tell you.
What's your job here?
I prepare the paladins for their fight against evil.
It's no secret.
What is evil?
Evil is everywhere. It is the power of Beliar, the eternal adversary of Innos. It is the all-encompassing blackness which seems to blot out the light of Innos forever. Beliar is the lord of darkness, of hate, and of destruction. Only those among us in whose hearts burns the holy fire of Innos will bear the radiant light of Innos into the world and banish the darkness.
You should have known better.
But there are only magicians and novices living in the monastery.
That is correct, in contrast to our community which honors the word of Innos. The paladins honor the great deeds of our Lord above all else. We are the representatives of Innos, but the paladins are his warriors, who go into battle in his name and increase his glory.
Those are all just rumors.
Is there anything you can teach me?
I am an expert in the magic of ice and the magic of thunder. I can teach you their power. However, I only instruct magicians.
I don't want to hear that anymore.
Is there anything I can do for you, Master?
For me? No. I do not require your help. Pray rather for the well-being of the warriors of Innos, who have gone to the Valley of Mines.
That'll only cause more trouble.
That's no secret.
You have prayed for my brethren. I want to thank you for that. Tell me what I can do for you.
Let me share your fighting experience.
When you fight, always make sure that no one can attack you from behind. May Innos illuminate your path.
Hey, you! I prayed for the paladins.
You have done well. Now go back to doing your work.
That's just what I said.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
He thinks it's as easy as that.
Let's wait and see what happens.
I'm staying out of it.
Hey! I need access to the library.
Well, I cannot grant you access. For that, you must first fulfill your tasks. But I can help you. Go to Master Isgorath and talk to him. I have heard that he needs help, and I would go to him, but I pass this task on to you. May Enos illuminate your path.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
No one really wants to hear that.
Hey, you! Sergio sent me. I've taken over his task. So what is it?
A dark wolf has been roaming the area recently. Track it down and kill it. May Enos watch over you always.
Hey, you! I've killed the wolf.
Good work, novice. You are a brave man. But now return to the monastery and go about your duties.
Listen.
As if I don't have enough problems.
Hey, you!
May Enos illuminate your path.
I've got no time for things like that.
That'll only cause more trouble.
Can't rely on that.
Can I have access to the library?
You have obtained fire nettles for Brother Neras. You have found Brother Neras' recipe. You have vanquished the Black Wolf, which threatened the shrine. You have succeeded in finding 4 novices, and thus cleaned the chambers. You have distributed the food to the novices fairly, as Brother Gorax instructed you. Yes, you have worked enough. Now it is time for you to study the teachings of Enos. Speak to Master Hyglas in the library. I hereby give you the key.
Those are all just rumors.
That will never change.
Hey! About the library.
You lucky duck. You got the key to the library, even though you've only been here for a short while. Use your chance and study the old scriptures.
Can't rely on that.
That's totally obvious.
I've got no time for things like that.
Hey!
I am Master Hyglas, guardian of the fire and keeper of the knowledge. So Master Parlan has given you permission to study the scriptures. Then it's up to you now to do exactly that. Study, so that you may find enlightenment in the scriptures.
What are you studying, Master?
My research focuses on fire, the power of Enos. It is his gift and at the same time a mighty weapon, and I create runes which contain his power.
Very enlightening. Can you teach me that?
It is Enos who grants the magic. Only to his servants, the magicians of fire, is it given to learn how to wield this power.
Hey, you!
What can I do for you, novice?
I've come to read the scriptures.
I understand. If you can ever make some time between your tedious studies, come to me. There is yet another matter for which I could use a discreet novice.
You have an assignment for me?
Yes. It's about this crazy Ignaz. He lives in Corinus and experiments with various potions and healing drafts, but also magic spells. And that's exactly what worries me. I ask myself if his magic is pleasing to Enos. In order to test this, I need some of his spell scrolls. I want you to go into the city and obtain 3 of his spell scrolls for me, but not a word to anyone. Is that clear?
Sure.
Here are 150 gold pieces. That should cover your expenses.
What exactly is your job?
It is my responsibility to train mages in the art of spherical manifestation.
What does that mean?
Well, I teach them how to summon creatures or beings from other states or spheres. This is usually called summoning, although this expression alone is insufficient for the art of calling a servant. Furthermore, I own some interesting spell scrolls which Gorax does not have, but I only make them available to members of the Order.
Can't rely on that.
Can't go on like this forever.
Seen it with my own eyes. I don't believe that.
Now that's typical, isn't it? That's an open secret.
Who says things like that? That's not what I heard.
I don't believe that. Really, how interesting.
Hey, you! Show me your wares. anything from me.
That was quite obvious. Where did you pick that up, then?
You hardly know who to believe these days. Hey!
I see that you have entered the service of Innos. I guess that means that, from now on, you cannot spare a lot of time just to fetch herbs for an old man. Still, I consider it a great honor to have supported you on your way. If, in spite of your new duties, you should find the time to occupy yourself with alchemy, you can always be sure of a warm welcome here.
You wanted mushrooms. I'm going to bring you some...
Great! Bring me as many as you can find.
And Innos, in his wisdom, did so.
That's terrible.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Everybody knows by now.
If I hadn't seen
I'm staying out of it.
Hey! Here are the spell scrolls you wanted.
Well done, my young friend. But now it is time that you devote yourself to your studies and take this spell scroll as a reward.
Hey, you!
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
I'm staying out of it.
I need to talk to the leader of the paladins.
Lord Hagen does not receive novices. Only we magicians are permitted to see him.
Never asks me.
Tell me that isn't
How can
true.
I learn the art of magic?
You are not here to receive the gift of magic. You are here to serve Innos, but I can show you how to increase your magic power.
You don't have to ask me that.
I want to increase my magic powers.
Easy as that.
I never would have thought.
I'm looking for the Eye of Innos.
I don't know who told you about that, but the divine artifact is not accessible to anyone.
Where is the Eye of Innos kept?
The fewer people know this secret,
That's
the better it is protected. Seek for it, and you will not find it.
Get away with that.
Tell me about the Eye of Innos.
All right. The Eye of Innos contains a part of the divine power of Innos. Only one chosen servant of Innos is permitted to bear the amulet. It was created to protect us from the powers of evil when the time comes.
Better watch out who you tell that to.
Same old thing all over again.
You already know what I think.
There's more, believe me.